All right, so good morning, everyone, or whenever you're going to watch this video. I am so excited today because I have my sister Tasha Harvey here with me, and we're going to go down her journey. We're going to talk about her being a breast cancer survivor.
Yeah.
Hand claps in the chat or whatever you're doing. You know, we all in the technology world, internet.
Right.
But we are excited to just have a conversation with you. We're excited that you're a part of our ministry. She is one of our new members. Some more hand claps. All day, every day. All God, big nation.
Oh, yeah.
But this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're excited, and we're just gonna have a conversation with her. So y'all ready? We ready to get started?
We ready.
All right. So, Miss Tasha Harvey, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
And then let's
Let's jump right on into it.
There we
Okay.
go.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
So, as you already stated, I am Tasha Harvey. My name is actually Latasha,
Oh,
but
I didn't know that.
It
Okay.
is. It's Latasha, but
Okay,
I
got you.
prefer Tasha.
Tasha.
You
Okay,
know,
yeah,
because when they say Latasha, who calling me? Like, so Tasha to all of my friends or whatever, and I am a mother of two. I have a boy and a girl.
I didn't know that either.
Yes, 30.
Okay.
Okay, say 33.
Yeah, to think about
Right.
it.
34, and then I got my daughter. She'll be 33 this month, October.
Do you? And see, you don't look too much over 45.
Come on, high five your girl.
Okay. Black
Right.
don't crack.
I'm trying
There
to
we
tell you.
go.
Okay. So then I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 grandchildren.
Okay.
4
Grandma.
grandchildren. Yeah,
Okay.
grandma. I'm me meek.
Okay, there you go.
Me meek. So anyway, I'm new to the coast, Gulf Coast or whatever. I've been here about 6 months now.
Okay.
So I am enjoying it. I love the water, man.
Yeah.
I love being out there. I can't swim,
Yeah.
but I love
well,
it.
definitely got to go to Florida for the water. all
Okay,
right?
okay.
But Mississippi, the Gulf Coast is beautiful.
It is. It is
is.
definitely beautiful.
Absolutely.
It is definitely
I love
beautiful.
the water too.
It is definitely that.
Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into when you first found out that you had breast cancer.
Okay. So I had just turned 50.
Okay.
I went to Cancun, living it up, kicking it with a
Having a
big
good
shoe.
time.
You
There
hear
you
me?
go.
I went
Okay.
on this solo trip to Cancun, just
Okay.
having a good time. And when I came back, I went to do my wellness checks, you know. As women, we go and have our little wellness checks with our gynecologists and everything.
So you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yes. So I knew that I needed to do all that. And, you know, me and my gynecologist, we really, you know, close. We laughed and joked and all that kind of stuff. And her talking to me, she's like, hey, I feel something. And I'm like, okay. She said, you feel that? And I'm like, I do. I said, but it doesn't hurt or anything like that. And
right.
she's like, okay, did you have a mammogram? And I said, yeah, they had already done my mammogram a few minutes prior to me, her actually doing the physical exam. So then after we had done that mammogram, she said, well, I'm going to send you out for ultrasound, you know, just to be sure. And she had told me where it was. It was at the 2 o'clock position of the breast. So they do up and down just like a clock.
Right.
Okay. So she said, I'm going to have you go and look. I mean, so they can look at it. And I'm like, okay. So I went, did the ultrasound. And, you know, at that time, I'm like, okay, I'm not nervous, but I'm like, okay, should I be worrying or not? So,
Which is a real emotion.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what I think if somebody was just, because to me, what stood out was when you said, I feel something.
Yeah.
I think that right there would have been like, wait a minute, what you mean you feel something? Because, you know, we're so used to, they go and you feel nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
And you 50. So what you mean you feel something?
So exactly. so what? Well, let's go back up. So you know, COVID had hit. So I was supposed to have gone the year before.
Okay.
But COVID hit, so I skipped that year.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm here 50. Okay, go ultrasound. So I'm sitting in there, and the young lady comes, and she's like, "Well, The radiologist says that it looks suspicious. So now I'm like, what you mean?
Okay.
This what I'm saying to myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you mean? So then she's like, he said it looks suspicious, so we're going to just send you out for a biopsy. So I'm like, okay, all right. So a couple days go by, go do my biopsy or whatever, and nothing. They said, we're going to call you and let you know your results.
Right.
All right, fine. No big deal. All right, so at 3:57 on a Saturday afternoon, doctor calls. And, well, he texts and he's like, do you want to, can I talk to you about your pathology report? And I'm like, yeah, sure, you know. He calls and he's like, I just want to let you know that your pathology report says that you have invasive ductal carcinoma. And I'm
Big
like,
words.
what?
Can't even pronounce it.
Exactly. So then he said, you're 2 centimeters from being stage 2.
Wow.
So before me ever going through cancer and all that, you know, when you hear stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and 4,
anything with the
you
word
think,
stage.
you automatically think, okay, if I'm stage 4, I'm automatically going to die.
I'm going to die.
But that's not the case.
Right.
So he explained to me that the stages is the size.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's the size of it. So I'm like,
Gotcha,
okay.
gotcha.
So then he's like, I want you to come into my office on, I think it would have been Monday or Tuesday, and we're going to talk about it, what our plans are, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go there, and we sitting there talking, and I'm still in my same spirit. You know, I haven't gotten upset or anything like that. I'm just kind of like, okay, so what? Let me back up. So I go, when I leave Sonic, I go to my mom's house in Prentice.
Okay.
And I'm sitting on her porch. It's me, her brother, and my uncle's wife. And we just sit on the porch like we normally would do on a Saturday afternoon, talking and chit-chatting. And all I just said in the middle of the conversation, they just called and told me I had breast cancer.
Oh, Lord.
Ain't nobody heard me.
Oh, Lord.
Ain't nobody heard nothing. I just keep talking. Like, ain't nobody heard nothing.
Because who talks about that?
Like,
that's not
like
a daily,
who throw it out
it's
there
not a
like
daily
that?
conversation.
Yeah. So I go on. Mind you, they still ain't heard me. It ain't
Right.
registered. Ain't
Right.
nothing.
Right.
So I go on by my day.
Right.
Go to the doctor, whatever, and see Doctor. At this point, I was seeing Dr. Lay. So Dr. Lay is like 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". I don't know. He's tall. He's in there, and I'm like, so Dr. Lay, what I supposed to do? I say, this just me. I said, I gotta go to work. I mean, like, what I need to do. And I kid you not, he pulls up a chair. This big old tall man pulls up a chair, his knees touching my knees. And he's like, I'm gonna talk to you just like I would my wife and my daughter. He's like, now, you can keep living your life like you normally would. Take your breaks when you need to take your breaks. Or you can go home, shut the blinds, and die. Just like that.
Just like that?
Just like that. And I just said real sarcastic. I said, well, I'll take the first part, Jack.
Okay.
I just take the first part. I don't want the second part.
Right.
So then he said, okay. And then he gave me the regimen. He said, this is what we're going to do. I believe you'll be a good candidate for it, yada, yada, yada. With it being invasive, they had to go straight into treatments. So we getting ready to have our family, like a family outing, all the family coming in from out of town for 4th of July and all that. I had my first chemo treatment.
Wow.
That Friday.
Wow.
Before the family thing. Have my treatment, go sit outside with them, whatever, just like it wasn't nothing.
Wow. And so you had to fight the mental with the physical.
Come on.
'Cause,
The
you know, I
mental
know-
didn't hit until maybe the second treatment, because like the first treatment, you know, they go in and they cut you and they put the port in. I was having trouble with my port. So my port ended up getting a hematoma behind it.
Wow.
So I'm like swole like this just from the port, because they trying to stick me, and my port is, they can't put the port on the side that the cancer was on.
Right.
They had to put it on the opposite side. So the opposite side, I have a tattoo there. So I believe that where my tattoo was, the phlebotomist or whomever was trying to stick me was intimidated by the tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they weren't able to get it in the right spots. And if you
Right.
hit the port in the wrong spot, then it could either crack or you can get behind the actual port spot where the needle need to go. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. So I had that to deal with. Then it got to a point where they couldn't get me. I had to get chemo treatments in my finger, like in my thumb. Literally, I have pictures where they had to do the treatment through my thumb. So now this arm right here, them veins dead.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
dead. They gone. So the chemo just burned them up.
Right. Right.
The financial stress of it, the whole thing with cancer, it's not so much as the cancer more so than it is the treatments and the financial situations of it, the emotions, and the treatment is gonna physically mess you up.
Right. Right.
The emotions of it is you got people that's, oh, I'm sorry, and all
feeling
that.
sorry, and then now you feeling
And
more
then
sorry
you got
for yourself.
then you got
'cause you feel
that.
sorry and they feel sorry and
Yeah,
everybody just sorry.
Because one morning, one night you'll go to bed looking like who you are, you know yourself to look like, and then the next morning you wake up and you look like, who is that? Yeah. Literally, because you know you wake up, you got hair on your pillow, you don't have no eyelashes, you don't have no eyebrows, like and
real
I
talk.
was the girl like eyebrows, eyelashes,
Yeah.
every pay period,
Girly girl.
every pay period.
There you go.
And then I never forget it. The Friday before I was getting ready to have my first treatment, it's like I'm going to get my lashes done. My mom and my best friend say, "Is you crazy?
Okay.
Why is you going to spend this money on lashes and you ain't getting ready to fall out?"
Oh Lord.
Like we having real conversations, and it's like, yeah, I want them, and that's when it set in. I started crying.
Wow. Wow.
It wasn't when Dr. Lay told me.
Yeah.
It wasn't when I left the doctor's office. It wasn't even when I got my port put in. It was when they told me I couldn't get my lashes done no more.
And you know, something that seems that simple is big to you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know you're so used to doing all this stuff, and then now you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I couldn't do
And
it.
so your normal,
Normal.
Yeah, and your abnormal becomes normal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even through treatment, I've gone through so many.
Wow.
So many, to the point where they was telling me about the Red Devil. And then the Red Devil is one of the first chemos treatments that they, for any kind of cancer. And it's a red in color or whatever, and they call it that. And it's like, I cried out, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want surgery.
I don't want
none of that.
I know. I don't want to go through it.
I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I remember going through all my chemo treatments or whatever. I gained so much weight. I was almost 200 pounds.
Wow.
Now I'm down to 150, 155, and then I gained almost 50 pounds just from the chemo, the steroids, and all that. And then people would say, "You don't look sick. You don't look like you got cancer." And then I would have to get to what it look like.
I know. What does cancer look like?
What does it look like?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. So in other words, you're saying cancer has many looks, many forms.
Many.
So let's jump into, because you're not only a one-time breast cancer survivor, but you survived it again, right?
No,
Okay.
just the one.
Just the once. Okay.
I just had to do radiation twice.
Got you. Okay.
Because
okay.
the radiation.
And see, that's where the understanding
Yes.
comes.
So I had to do the radiation twice because in the surgery, I ended up getting a keloid up under, right up under my underarm.
Wow.
From where they cut. So they cut here up, both sides.
And you know, when you even you saying, you know, getting keloid, that's just shows you how amazing God creates our body.
Yeah.
That when it's being cut on, things happen.
Yes.
Because it's not designed to be cut on.
No.
He made it the way it's supposed to be.
Listen. That keloid was so big.
Wow.
Like, it was so irritating. Like, it didn't want anything to touch it. No clothes, like,
Wow.
literally. So they had to go in, here go, another surgery. And then right after that surgery, I had to have radiation. and they wouldn't even let it heal before I had the radiation. So it was like, had the surgery that morning. They wanted me to come and do radiation that afternoon. It's like, wait, no, I can't do that. So I
So
ended
how
up
long did you actually go through all this?
from June 2023 to
Oh, this is
June.
recent.
Yeah, 2022. I'm sorry, June 2022 to June 2023.
Oh, I didn't know it was that
Yeah,
recent.
that recent.
So you're fresh out of this.
Fresh out of it.
Girl, God, let's give God a praise break.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell
Look,
you.
you know, we
Like,
believers.
like, I mean, and
I
that's
didn't
what
know
it
it was that. Yeah, I'm thinking it was a little further back.
No, just now.
You still fresh out of it.
Fresh and done.
Wow.
Fresh.
Wow.
I'm in my every 6 month
Yeah.
regimen. So I go every 6 months just to check, and to God be the glory.
And tell me, what is that like? Do you still kind of deal with the fear thoughts, and are they going to find something else this time? And because you went the first time, you think they were going to find nothing, they found something,
Yeah,
and then
you're
now
right.
you got to go every 6 months.
Now you gotta go every 6
What's
months.
the real feelings of
It's
going back every 6 months?
It's the mammograms for me. So
Yeah.
3 months you do just one side, and the next 3 months you do both sides, and it's
Yeah.
we got to do it like this, and they see something, but it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's still a lot of mixed emotions. You know what I'm saying? You still believe God that
Absolutely.
you heal, because
Absolutely.
people have told you, you've been prophesied over, you've been
Right.
prayed over,
Right.
you heal. You believe God yourself that you're healed. But at the end of the day, we still have
still
emotions,
human.
feelings, and all
Absolutely.
that.
We're
You know what I'm
human.
saying? So you just go with the anticipation of, okay, it's all well. Even though you sitting there waiting on your results to come. Because when you go, I've been twice this so far. And when you go, I'll just tell you the last time. So the last time I went, they had to do my exam twice. We didn't get it. We don't think we did it right. So now I'm like, well, first of all, it's not that comfortable.
Right.
Second of all, what you mean you didn't do it right?
Right.
So
Do it right the first time.
Come on. So then she's like, okay, we gonna get it. I'm sorry. They really trying to be as compassionate about it as possible. So then you wait. Then they finally bring you your letter and say, hey, everything turned out good.
So tell me, what was it like to lose your hair? Because, especially us as women,
So
guys, they eventually lose theirs and go bald, and it's good, right?
Right. I had
But what
locks.
was it like? Oh,
long locks.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
Locks.
did they actually start to come out? Or?
So no. So my desire was I cut them off right before I did.
Just go ahead and cut it.
So I cut them off right before my first treatment, because in my mind was I didn't want to have the medicine in my locks. So that was my mind.
Yeah,
That was my
yeah,
thought process.
yeah.
So I went to the young lady who started them for me or whatever. She cut them off. She told me what to do. To the point where she put them, she numbered them so she know where to put them back.
Wow.
So then we put them in my freezer, keep them
I
until...
almost heard Jesus on that. But we're going to say it. It ain't Sunday morning.
It's right. so
Numbered.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he numbered them. Like, she did. I numbered them, and then she tied them off in sections. You know what I'm saying? So put them in my freezer. Went through first treatment. Hair didn't come out. I was just kind of bald. Had a low haircut. The next treatment, my hair started coming out. I started noticing it.
Wow.
It was on my pillow, just from you rubbing, you rubbing your head or whatever. So then by that time, I was like, okay, just let me go on and try to shave as much as I possibly can.
Right.
So I would never been a wig person, so I didn't even get into the habit. I didn't even do it, I couldn't even really do the hat thing.
Yeah.
Hey, baby,
you wore who you were.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is it. This is what we're going to do, whatever.
Right.
My biggest issue was really the eyelashes and the eyebrows. So I lost. So my first round of chemo, I lost the lashes. The second round of chemo, so you take a little break, a couple weeks, and you go back, and I started another round of chemo, and then I lost my lashes.
And your eyebrows.
No, the eyebrows coming back and the
Oh.
lashes left.
Oh.
Right. So it was like, come on,
Wow.
like, can I just
know,
do
can I-
everything?
can I-
like
okay,
at
and then
once?
everything come back.
So then I was like, okay. I mean, it is what it is. By this time though, I'm used to what I look like.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm look butterball, face is all swole up. Head. I've had short hair, long hair. I've had it,
I was
but
about to say,
never
'cause
been
you
bald.
rocking this cute,
Yeah.
girl.
So
Especially the color, I love it.
I just It some days you will wake up and you be fine, and then there are other days you wake up and you're like, I don't like this. I don't want it no more.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it no more.
God, don't bring it back.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'll go back to the Red Devil part. My doctor, she's like, my oncologist, she's like, you got to do it. I was like, I don't want to.
Right.
She say, Tasha, I'm just going to be honest with you. If you do not continue with the whole regimen of treatments, in the event that it may come back, we won't be able to do anything because we've already been started. So I don't know where to start. I wouldn't know where to start you at.
Right. So in other words, the rest of your life has been changed.
Exactly. So now, in my mind, I'm like, I don't want nothing that say devil going.
I know, because I was about to say, what's Red Devil?
I mean, literally, I don't want
That's what
it.
they call it.
That's what they call it, and I don't want it. So it was the week before my treatment. I was at church, at the church I just came from, and I was sitting there, and I think the Lord knew that I was troubled by it because it was like He came and sat right next to me. I was on the front bench, and He said, "The blood still works." It was just like it was clear as day.
Wow.
And from that point on, I praise God through the rest of it. No hesitation, no nothing.
Wow.
Like every treatment I went to, it was happy-go-lucky. Even going to work, because now it's just me. I gotta go to work because I was off for like 4 weeks, and my insurance people was like, "Hey, you gonna end up having to pay.
Right.
You don't go to work. Like,
Right. Where you at? Yeah.
it's high." I'm like, okay, so now I gotta go to work. So I call my boss and it's like, "Hey, is it something that I can do at home?" Because I had just got promoted on my job. So now it's like, I'm just promoted on my job. I got to go out from this job. Are they going to fire me?
Right.
Like, I had just used all my leave up. Because remember, I just came off a vacation.
Wow.
All this is like, bam, like back to back. And I'm like,
right.
oh my God, I don't have no leave.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
What am I going to do?
What am I doing? So now so I work for the post office, and you can actually ask your fellow coworkers for leave. So they can donate leave to you. And I tell you, I've always treated people right. Always. No matter what I'm going through, no matter how they treated me, I've always treated people right. And when I tell you, it was people who, so even with them donating leave, the people that you supervise can't donate you no leave.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
Wow.
So now I got to ask people that don't even know me.
Know you.
Okay, you right.
And what did God do?
What he do? I'm talking about I've had people give me 40 hours.
Wow.
80 hours.
Wow.
Here go another 15. I'm like, God, really?
Wow.
And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Then my boss, the plant manager, whatever, he's like, hey, just come in. I want you to do something for us. I get there, they ain't clean no desk off, they ain't did nothing. I'm just there. Finally, I just say, you know what? I'll help y'all with the attendance. And they let me. Just come to work, Tasha, whenever you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel like it today, you know what I'm saying, just let me know. You can work 4 hours, go home. You can work 6 hours, go home. Whatever you need to do, just let us know. You just be safe.
Wow.
You just take care of you. Just as that. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. And I do that. I work the whole entire time. I went to do treatment every Friday. I work.
And still working.
And still working.
Wow.
I had to.
Yeah. No choice.
No, you ain't got no choice.
So how would you encourage a woman that may be going through this right now? What would you say to her?
Mindset is everything.
Yeah, I'm about to say they may not be as strong as mind
It's
as
everything.
you are.
your own mindset and then the mindset of the people around you. You do not want to be around the naysayers, the if I were, and no, all those people.
Yeah.
You need anybody in your circle that's going to encourage you. It does. And if that means you got to cut your circle down, then you got to cut it down.
Okay.
And by all means, you really do need to cut it down because you want to try to be as healthy as possible. But at the same time, I'm talking about shut that phone off. If somebody calling you and they always bugging, can't talk today. I don't feel like it.
Right.
And take the necessary breaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you want to get up and go, get up and go. When you need to lay down, lay down.
Yeah.
But for the most part, my doctor told me because he feels like because I kept moving is what made me so successful.
Keep moving. Wow.
Your dad told me at his 70th birthday party, he gave me a word, and it was don't stop.
Wow. Which is pretty much the same thing.
So
now you got your physical doctor.
Come on.
Your pastor saying the same thing as your physical doctor. Wow. And that's confirmation.
That's confirmation.
Yeah.
That even though, and it will get rough. Ain't no doubt about it.
Of course.
But at the same time, you do what you in all power can do. And then you let God do the rest.
Right.
Simple.
So keep
believe
moving.
on His word, because His word is what it is. It ain't don't add, don't take away.
Right.
Here's what it says.
Right. Yeah.
If He says I'm more than a conqueror, guess what?
Then
I'm
he's more than a conqueror.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And be that.
Right.
And we beautifully, wonderfully made.
Yeah.
You are exactly that. No hair, with hair, no eyelashes, no eyebrows. You are that. With the burned skin, because the chemo burns.
Yeah.
So you end up getting dark spots. So mine, I looked at like I had, like the ball players with the
something and all that.
No,
stuff?
you know how the ball players put the black stuff on their face? Is it the ball players or the boxer, whoever?
Yeah.
They put this black ink right around here and whatever. That's how I looked.
Wow.
It was just right here.
Wow.
And I take it as I was going to fight.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
My war paint.
Yeah.
And I went on.
There you go.
And
That's
I
awesome.
just, from the beginning, I just asked God, what I'm saying, who is this for?
Right.
And I've walked in that, like I said, some days were rough.
Yeah.
I would not let anybody see them, though.
Yeah. Because it is for somebody. Like He took you through it to show somebody else that you can get through it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's amazing.
And I had like my coworkers and the people that the supervisors. I'm talking about they did major things for me during that time. To the point they made shirts for me with my name on it, and they have one shirt that has all these scriptures and things on it with a bald lady on there.
Oh, wow.
And have Team Tasha on the back. I mean, like,
so you're a circle. Just encourage
it just encouraged me.
Yeah.
And this is people who I'm their supervisor.
Right. Yeah.
So,
that's
I've
awesome.
always believed that, you do for other people and God will make them do for you.
Yeah.
What you make happen for somebody else.
Yeah.
God will make happen for you.
Yeah. And you're a prime example of that.
Come on now.
Yeah. I love that.
Come on now.
So one more thing before we end, and this has been amazing. I really appreciate you coming on and just sharing with us because it's just been amazing.
Oh, it's amazing to continue to tell the story because each time I tell it, it's something that I forgot to tell on the time before. So it's always.
And I think you'll always continue to tell the story.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody else, ultimately, somebody else will be in this same, get that storm come out. Let me tell you this part. So 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. In my family, on my mom's side, I'm the 8th woman.
No way.
I kid you not.
That is that's crazy.
The 8th woman.
So the statistics.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
That's crazy. So with that being said, because that brings me to my last question, how would you tell somebody to go get a mammogram? Don't be afraid of it.
Because
you were doing that initially, right?
Right.
Like you were already getting.
I was already going.
You weren't one of those people who just went every now and then.
I was always
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
And again, COVID had me miss that 1 year.
Right.
So who's to say if I had went that 1 year?
Exactly.
How, may have been not a 1.7, 1.8 centimeter.
Right.
It could have just been lower.
Right.
But had I not went that year,
Exactly.
it could have been
It could
bigger.
have been
You know what I'm
worse.
saying?
Yeah.
The key is to go and get exams. And I mean,
Exactly.
the technology now is so great.
It is.
So it's not as bad as it was
Right.
10,
Right.
20
Right.
years ago.
Right.
It's not as bad now
Right.
because they have so much that you can do. Like
Yeah.
now they got medicine shoot that you can just take that's chemo.
Yeah.
You ain't have
Yeah.
to do all the you don't have to do all
Yeah.
that anymore. But for the most part, if I can tell anybody, every year, especially women of color, we should go every year. At least go, and then let your doctor tell you not to come till every 3 years.
Right.
But for you, go. And I'm talking about this. Not even for women that's 50.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about
40s. Yeah.
If you got some tatas,
Right. Exactly. Save the tatas.
you hear me? Save them.
For real.
Just go and get
Yeah.
checked out.
Yeah.
Do your own self-exam. Every time you take a shower or whatever, have a
Yeah.
self-exam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just do it. And
Just
men
do it.
too.
Yeah.
You do your self-exams
Yeah.
as well.
I was
Because,
about to say, we can't forget the men.
because you
have breast
men,
cancer.
every 1 in 1,000
Yeah.
men get diagnosed with breast cancer.
Right.
So
So.
you just get checked. I mean, you just check. If you feel something that's funny, go get checked. If you feel something under your arm that feels funny, go
Right.
get checked.
Right.
If-
Don't ignore it.
Don't ignore
Just thinking it's,
anything
you
because
know,
your body
nothing.
tells you when something's wrong, and we just have to listen to our body.
Yes.
Stop going to Dr. Google.
Right.
Stop going to Dr. Google and yeah.
And I love that you said that, to listen to your body.
Yes.
And I think we'll end on that. This has been amazing. Thank you so much, sister, again, for coming and sharing with us.
Yes.
This won't be the last time. I'm sure there's something else that we can discuss and, just encourage others about.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you so much for listening with us. Join us for the next podcast that we'll have. I don't know what we're going to title this, but it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we want you to be aware. Go get checked.
Go get checked.
They've got free mammogram vouchers everywhere at this point, okay?
Oh, wow.
So thank you so much for being with us, and y'all have a great day.
Yes.
You want to tell them bye?
Bye.